business. Okay, so the school board work session for next week, it's already been mentioned a couple of times. There have been advertisements put out. I've seen them on Facebook. I have seen them online, the SAU website, just soliciting participation from members of the community, parents, people in all of our towns. I know we had some recording issues last time that we met and kind of discussed this in public, but for those that weren't present or didn't read the article in the Sun, we're just soliciting advice, input from our community members about the request from the Bridgewater, Hebron, Groton Steering Committee to engage in discussions about the potential formation of their new school district. So I don't know if anyone has anything to add about our work session, if everyone's planning on attending, if we could just encourage attendance from
It's 6 o'clock here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
In
I
the
have to look at my
auditorium.
calendar.
Auditorium, okay.
Yep, it's 6 in the auditorium.
6 o'clock in the auditorium. So it's your chance to kind of let us know, as members of the public, what your appetite is for our engagement with this potential new school district, and hopefully we get a lot of voices, because it's hard to make a decision for people who don't really know what the temperature is. So, I think that's everything. Is any more discussion? Okay. I don't think we need a motion for that one.
So I, just other quick, so I met with the Hebron selectmen, and I just wanted to, they asked me to just, kind of relay this information. I kind of tried to summarize it. So the bottom line, so there's three, and there's 3 selectmen on Hebron, 3 selectmen in Groton, and 3 in Bridgewater. So the comments that I would summarize were that the feelings of the 3 in Hebron were that all the 9 are in support of, moving out of the district. So, and then that the vote there was a strong opinion that the vote would definitely win. That was in March, in March. And so, the kind of the question, kind of the follow-up to the meeting that you guys were at was like, basically Newfound could either, since that's the thinking, that then Newfound could either have the funding or not have the funding. You know what I mean? The funding that we're going to lose by the towns being out, but if we don't discuss and have discussions about how to partner with them, that we might lose that funding in terms of tuitions back and so forth. So does this make sense? I'm just kind of giving you I'm summarizing. And I mean, my main question, just representing even myself as a member of the Hebron community, was like, I would find it difficult to vote on something when I didn't know the information financially, as well as the plan, more than that in terms of the education impact on the kids, like what school are going to go to, what clubs, what sports, all that good stuff. But there was definitely a very important, like I asked the objective, and I was looked at like the objective's obvious. It was because of the formula for the taxes. That's why this is happening, which was interesting confirmation for me, because I wasn't aware that was like clearly, at least in certain people's opinions, it was clearly because of the fact that this could happen again. In other words, the tax formula could change, so therefore we need to, make this change in terms of removing the 3 towns from the district. So I just wanted to make sure, but they, very strongly just said, hey, we really want to work with you guys. We really want to make sure that, it's a win-win. In other words, you're going to lose us, but you can gain us back from a tuition standpoint and so forth. So
It'd be interesting to see how they're gauging that they believe the chances of it passing are really strong, because I've yet to speak with any parent that is like 100% into it. There are parents that are very curious. They want to know more detail. There are parents that don't want anything to do with it, but I've not yet got that temperature of the room that it is like, yes, we cannot wait, let's get this on with. So what are, what they're basing that off of, that they believe it's going to pass?
I think the operative word in what you were just saying is parents versus
Community members.
people that aren't parents and don't have children in the school system. So I got, that wasn't necessarily stated, but you know what I mean? I think that was the thought process that I think I was hearing.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know that there was necessarily, at least from my perspective, a full appreciation of how much is involved in doing what required to be done in terms of setting up a new, you know, what's looking to do, you know.
A very short time.
In a short timeline, as well as the planning, but also financially. Like I said, literally, I'd like to know the data of like the tax impact if it were to happen, meaning it was brought up again and voted and went all the way through to we changed the formula. Okay, so that would be this number, right, of a tax impact on certain folks. And then what would be the, you know, what would be the other side of the equation in terms of how much it would cost to actually run your own system? And if when I'm voting, I'd like to know that. There was an element of like, well, it's obviously going to be a lot less. But I don't know that that's true, but I also can't prove it's not. So I just wanted to make sure to share that with you guys.
It's interesting. Any more board member comments this evening?